Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. It's Taj and I'm back today with some more free tea. So as you guys read by the title, today we're going to be talking about how to persist all day, every day, and get your desires super fast. So the first thing we're going to talk about is let's go to the root and the definition of what it means to persist. To persist means to continue firmly in an opinion or course of action despite or in spite of difficulty, opposition, or failure. Now, I don't know about y'all, but my parents, the guardians, ain't raised no quitter. Like, they just did. Quitting, giving up is just not in my blood. It's not in my DNA. It's just not who I am. And I feel like you're the same way too. So the first step in persisting is just reminding yourself, that you're not a quitter. You don't give up no matter what. Like, you just don't. You just don't give up no matter what. So the first thing is you need to see yourself as a person who is persistent, as a person who is going to keep going no matter what. No matter how many times they fail, you're going to get back up. You're going to try again. No matter how difficult or how crazy or triggering the circumstances is, it doesn't matter. You're going to keep going. You're going to press through rain, sun, sleet, snow, all four seasons, in all circumstances. It doesn't matter. You're gonna keep going. You're gonna persist. That's just the person that I am, and I feel like it's the person that you guys are too. Like, we're not quitters over here. We're just not. That's not what we do. So reminding yourself that you're a persistent person naturally anyway. You go after the things that you want, and nothing and no one can stop you or get in your way. You're gonna get what you want. Period. That's just who you are. So the first step I believe that's very important in persisting is understanding and remembering that you're a persistent person anyway, period. And if you feel like you're not for whatever reason, you can start by just simply affirming, I'm persistent. I'm persistent. I never give up. I never quit. I always get what I want. I'm going to get what I want no matter what. Just remind yourself or reaffirm to yourself that you're persistent. That's going to be the first thing, is to see yourself as a person who doesn't give up no matter what. Period. The second thing that we want to kind of understand, which I know we already do, is that what is it exactly that we're persisting in? We're persisting in the new story, the new thoughts, the new identity is how I like to put it. We're persisting in that new identity. So when I say new identity, I mean that there's a version of me right now. There's a version of you too right now, as you're watching this video, as I'm making this video, that is out there living her very best life. She's got all the money in the world she wants. She's financially free. She got the man of her dreams. She got the career of her dreams. She's just living life to the fullest, enjoying every moment. She's super confident in herself, in her body, in her appearance. Just life is perfect. Okay, life is perfect for that version of myself. Life is perfect for that version of yourself somewhere out there on a parallel universe and an alternate reality. And speaking of parallel universes and alternate realities, I do want to touch on that, but I think I'll save that conversation for the community. So if you're not a part of the community, my channel membership, you can join by clicking the link down below, and we're going to dive all into that, because I've been watching this new show on Apple TV Plus, and it's just given so much insight on alternate realities and parallel realities and how we can shift to these realities. And it's, spoiler alert, hello, it's super easy. The way that you shift to a reality that's already existing right now, your dream reality, is to literally think as the version of yourself that already has it, is to think as that version. So what we're persisting in is we're persisting in the new thoughts and the new identity of this version. So that version of me out there that's already confident, that has the money, that has the man, that has all these things, what is she thinking in regard to all of these things that she wants to, what is she thinking in regard to all of her desires that she has and that she's experiencing right now? And this is where our affirmations come in at. A lot of my affirmations, and you guys' affirmations too, we're grabbing those affirmations from that reality, from that parallel reality that's already existing, that in which we are living our best lives. So that version of me is thinking, when it comes, she's probably thinking like, oh, I have the best man ever. I have the best relationship ever. He loves me. Like, oh, I love my body. I love my appearance. Oh my God, this. Oh my God, I have so much money. I love being financially free. Da, 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 right? It's our affirmations. So when we're saying persist, we mean to not be double-minded. Literally think as the version of you that already has it. Literally think from the end. And another way to speed this up, my next point is to not focus on movement. Literally stop looking for movement, because when you put yourself in a situation where you're looking for signs, and I know I've did videos in the past on movement, on signs, on all of that. Okay, everybody is at different places in their journey, and if you're still there, that's fine. But I'm talking about for the people that's here, that you want to get your thing super fast right now, no wait. Like, stop looking for movement, because if you're looking for movement, are you really thinking as the version that already has it? No, if you already have something, you're not sitting waiting for signs or looking for movement, or like, oh, that's a BBL, oh, that's a sign, oh, like, no, you're not thinking that. That version of you that exists right now, that already has everything you want, they're not thinking about signs. They're not thinking about movement. You know why? Because they already have it. I already have this car. I'm not looking for movement and looking for signs to prove to me or to show me that I'm on the right path, or that I'm on the right track, and that I'm going to get my desire very soon. You know why? Because I already have it. So because I already have this car and I'm sitting in it right now and it's tangible to me, my thoughts around this car is, I love my car. I love that I have a reliable car. I love my little sunroof. I love that I have all this space in my car. I love the color of my car. I love how cute it is. I love how cute I look in it. Like, I'm thinking present tense right now. I have it. So for me, on my journey, I've been that person that has been looking for signs and looking for movement and looking for BBLs. I've been that person. And yes, I've still gotten the things that I wanted in the past, but I've through my own personal experience, I've noticed that by not looking for movement, you are no longer separating yourself from the things that you want. It's like you are now one with your desires. So if you want your desires super duper fast, stop looking for movement. Every time you find yourself looking for movement or saying like, oh, that's a sign, like, no, remind yourself like, oh, I already have what I want. I already have this car. I love my car. Actually, I love my desire. Like, I love it. You want to affirm from the version of you that already has what they want, not the version that's looking for what they want, not the version of you that's gonna get what they want, not the version of you, none of that. You are affirming from the version of yourself that literally already has it, period. And so when it comes to action as well, the only action step, because I see this a lot online too, and with my clients, my coaching clients, a lot of their questions is, well, I want to take inspired action, or how do I know when it's time for me to take inspired action? Because a lot of people online and with the law of assumption talk about inspired action, taking inspired action, whatever. Here's from my experience, the only literal action that you need to take is just to think as the version of yourself that already has it 24/7, nonstop, period. And before this video ends, I'm going to give you some actual practical tips and steps and action steps. They're not really action. It's really just going to be affirming and a manifestation routine, but we're going to get into that. But when it comes to inspired action, this is how I explain it to my coaching clients. They're like, well, how do you know it's inspired action? And for me, and from my experience, inspired action, I don't know that I'm taking inspired action until I've taken inspired action. Right? You get it? So like, there's nothing in me, and also in the same breath, every action is an inspired action. Something inspired me to put on this top. Something inspired me to do my hair, to not really style my hair, to just kind of leave it down. Something inspired me to wear the pants that I'm wearing. Something inspired me to wear the jewelry that I'm wearing today. But like, every action, so get comfortable and confident in yourself that you literally can't mess it up. You can't get it wrong. Every action that you take is an action in the right direction, is an inspired action from somewhere, right? So don't really trip or get too caught up on like, oh, well, this feels like inspired action. Like, just do you and live your life. And as you do you and live your life, inspired action will come, and you'll realize it's inspired action after the action has already been taken. I hope that makes sense. So yeah, for me, that's the best way to know when you've taken inspired action, is when something happens and you think back and you're like, oh wait, wow, I actually did that, and that. And that was actually inspired action. You see the inspired action after the fact. So The only action you need to be taking is literally thinking from the end and persisting in that. Thinking as the version of yourself that already has it. Persisting in the mindset. Persisting in your identity. Persisting in your manifestation methods and techniques. Literally, that's all you need to do is persist in that. The problem with so many people that they're not getting their desires and they're not getting it fast is because you are wavering. You're wavering. Okay, you're wavering. You're back and forth. You're in and out. You do your manifestation methods. You do your 30-minute affirming, whatever it is that you're doing, and then once you're done, throughout the rest of the day, you're thinking from the version of you that doesn't have it. You're either looking for movement. You're either looking for signs. You're either asking yourself in your mind, where is it? You're thinking against it some way. But the best way and the fastest way to get what you want super fast is to consistently persist in the thoughts and think as the version of yourself that already has it. Period. And see yourself as a person who persists. See yourself as a person who you're going to persist no matter what. You're never going to give up. Okay? Period. And then the second part of this is kind of like my manifestation routine that I want to add in now. And every single morning, I'm getting up. As soon as my eyes open, I'm taking advantage of the theta brainwave state and I'm affirming. I'm affirming myself even more awake. But the second I wake up, before I even get out of bed, I'm affirming in my mind for the first 5 minutes that I'm awake. You know why? Because that is the time that your subconscious mind is impressed easily, because you're still in that theta brainwave state. And then as I wake up and I start my day, I'm affirming all throughout the day. When I'm getting dressed in my bathroom, I have my affirmations on a sticky note on my mirror. So as I'm getting dressed, brushing my teeth, doing my makeup, whatever, I'm literally affirming in my head or out loud, whatever I'm feeling in that moment. And while I'm doing my self-care or my makeup or whatever the case, because my affirmations are on my mirror. I also have affirmations all up on my refrigerator, honey, in my guest bathroom. Like, I have affirmations all over the house to remind me to persist and to remind me to stay in this new identity forever. And also, I feel like this is important to say too. I feel like so many people like get it messed up. They're like, oh, I've been affirming for 3 weeks or 3 days or 3 months and nothing has happened. Like, I want to give up. I want to quit. First of all, not only are you not a quitter, so you're not going to quit, but second of all, like, you're never gonna not be thinking as this new identity. Once you decide to change your identity and think from this version of yourself, you're always gonna think that. Like, you're always gonna think that. When I started manifesting for my clear skin, and my skin was horrible. Y'all saw it in a few videos ago. It was horrible, right? But I started thinking as the version of me that had clear skin. And while my skin was messed up, I said, okay, I want a new identity. I want to identify as someone that has beautiful, clear glass skin, flawless skin, whatever, right? So I started affirming. I started saying, oh, I have clear skin. My skin is so clear. Oh, my skin is so beautiful. Oh, it's so smooth. It's so soft. As I'm doing my skincare routine, I'm affirming in my mind how my skin is so amazing. It's so beautiful. It's so clear. Da, 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 da. Guess what? Guess who's still saying those same affirmations? Yeah, I'm still affirming, you guys. Like, and no, I'm not affirming in the way that I was when my skin was messed up, right? But every time I think about my skin, those affirmations that I affirmed when my skin wasn't clear are now my default, natural, normal thoughts. So like, you never, like, once you get what you want, you never revert back to the old identity. You are now this identity forevermore until you decide to select an identity or reality even better than that. So like, I feel like that's important to say, because people feel like, oh, I've been affirming for so long and it's not here yet. I just want to give up. And like, you're never going to stop affirming. Like, you're never going to stop affirming. You're never going to stop affirming. So let's just get that out there right now. Okay. You're never going to stop affirming. And, so with that being said, for me anyway, it kind of takes the pressure off of like time and worrying about like time frames and stuff like that, because my skin has been clear now for some years. So it's been years since I first started affirming that I have clear skin. And now, naturally, without even a second thought, I'm just like, Oh my, I'm doing my skincare and I'm like, oh, my skin is so clear. Like, it was so smooth. It's so soft. These are the thoughts I have in my head as I'm doing my skincare, as I'm doing my makeup. I'm just like, oh my God, my skin, like, wow. Like, yeah, it's so beautiful. It's so clear. It's so smooth, right? These are the same thoughts that were once affirmations 3 years ago. So yeah, so manifestation routine, every day, all day. I have a morning routine, I have a night routine, I have a midday routine. I'm not gonna spend all of that on this video explaining it to you guys, but definitely first thing in the morning, I'm affirming myself awake. Definitely every single night, I'm affirming myself to sleep every single night. Neville Goddard calls it the lullaby method. And during the day, I'm pretty much affirming whatever I'm doing. I'm pretty much affirming, whether I'm driving, whether I'm watching TV, doing chores, whatever I'm doing, I'm pretty much affirming in my head, period, nonstop, all day, every day, because I am familiarizing myself with this new identity, and I'm thinking as this version of myself consistently all day, every day. And so I don't give myself time to spiral. And when I do spiral, or if I do spiral, if I'm triggered by something just so happen, immediately the second that I'm aware that I've spiraled or that I've been triggered, you know what I do? I replace and revise, or revise and replace. That means that whatever thought it is that I'm thinking about, that I'm thinking against my desire, I automatically go back to my affirmations. Like if I start to think like, oh, I don't have enough money, da 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 da. You know, if I'm thinking negatively about money, I'll just go right into like, oh, I'm a millionaire. Whew, I'm financially free. Like, I love having so much money. I have all the money I need. Money comes to me, flows to me easily and effortlessly. I'm a money magnet. I literally go right into my affirmations the moment I'm aware that I'm triggered by the 3D, or that I am headed on a downward spiral, period. And instantly I'm back up feeling like myself, because you know why? I am the version of myself that already has everything that she wants, period. So yeah, I think I'm gonna leave this video right here because it's been long enough, child. It's going on 17 minutes. So yeah, that's it. If you guys want a part 2 on my actual manifestation routine and what I do all day, every day throughout my day to kind of keep myself in the state of the wish fulfilled, then I'll do a video on that. You guys let me know. But in the meantime, like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, comment down below. I do respond to all the comments, especially like in the first 3 days after posting. So yeah, let me know what you guys think below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Sending you guys nothing but peace, love, and blessings. Happy manifesting.